I made over $870 in a year completely passively doing nothing, and I want to show you guys how to do this. Hey guys, today I want to drop a video for you guys giving you some sauce because I see people finally talking about 11labs and the true utility of it in terms of making completely passive income, like money mine for example. But I'll get into that in a second. Real quick, I want to say number one, for starters, thank you guys for all the support I've been getting on this channel. I'm glad a lot of you guys are finding the videos I post to be helpful and valuable. That's my goal, so I'm glad I'm reaching an audience. And number two, just a kind of housekeeping thing. If you are an OG Moneyboy Max viewer, don't worry, I will be continuing my mini series about me analyzing 100 shorts and what the takeaways for that are, but it's just going to take me a few days. It takes a decent amount of time to do the research and analyze everything, and I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days. But just know, I still got that video on the way for you guys, 100%. And if you guys want to be notified as soon as I drop that video, and other bangers, you can turn on post notifications so you don't miss anything. Just needed to get that out of the way so you guys are updated, and let's get into this. So first things first, this video isn't necessarily talking specifically about YouTube Shorts. However, I do think it is a pretty important video because, well, for one thing, money is money. If you can have more of it, hey, that's always better. And also, a lot of you guys are thinking about YouTube Shorts the wrong way. Yes, YouTube Shorts are great, and that's where my income is coming from right now. But making money online is really the theme of this channel. So as I'm learning about everything and I'm growing my empire, I'll be exploring new things and I'll be sharing everything that I learn with you guys as well. Now, some of you guys might be thinking like, well, $800 for a year doesn't really seem like that much. And you're right. It's really not compared to what I make every month from YouTube Shorts. I do think this amount would have been higher if I set it up better, so I'll talk about that later. But the difference here is that it's completely passive, right? I don't have to make a video every day. I don't have to write scripts. There's pretty much like a 30-minute setup for this thing like a year ago. And until now, honestly, I've barely checked it. I've just been getting payouts straight to my bank account every month, which is sick to me. A little bit of money to go get dinner or have some fast food. Now, if you don't know anything about 11labs, if you're living under a rock, 11labs is basically the most popular text-to-speech software that people are using for videos on like YouTube Shorts, for example. Some people even use it for long-form videos. If you don't have an 11labs account somehow, you can use my affiliate link to sign up for it. It'll be in the description of this video. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you'd be cool if you did. This channel gains sanity, right? This voice, I'll play a video.
This is what happens when you watch
this voice right here is completely generated using 11labs. And so you can see if you choose a good high quality voice, it's almost as good as just doing a voiceover because the voices can be so high quality. And so now I'm seeing people like MoneyMine talk about it, so I figured I'd drop a video on it because, like I said, I've been on this wave for the last year generating money with this thing, and there's the proof. There's all my payouts. So people know about 11labs, probably a lot of you guys use it, but what some people may not know is that there is a section to clone your voice. And what happens is that when you clone your voice, it goes into this big library of all these voices. All these voices are voice clones that people uploaded. And if somebody's looking for a voice to do a voiceover for their long form or short form channel, and they stumble across your voice and want to use yours, like this guy,
crystal clear narration,
say that's your voice and I want to use it, you're going to get paid a certain amount of cents for a certain amount of words. Sort of like the concept of revenue per 1,000 views with YouTube, but with words generated instead, if that makes sense. Now, completely transparent, the main throttling point for a lot of you guys, I think, is going to be having a bad mic. Because to do this, you need to have decent microphone quality, right? Nobody is going to want to use your voice if it's a bad quality of a microphone, if there's tons of background noise, etc. Now, back when I got my first mic, the big ones in the scene were like the Blue Yeti, which is about $100. But the first one I ever actually got was the Blue Snowball. It's about $50, but you can get it refurbished for like $30. And it's not the best mic quality, okay? Now, you can look up some test of the audio quality on YouTube. With some good audio engineering, it can probably get you by, and it's only like 30 bucks. And so there's videos like this, tutorials on YouTube, how to make your mic sound better, like professional, and give it higher quality. And to do that, you can use free programs like this guy is using, Audacity. It's completely free. I'm pretty sure I've shown this before. Basically, you can edit your voice and, take out a little bit of the background noise, boost the gain up, and you can really make your voice sound more high quality. Anyways, I don't need to go too deep into audio engineering right now. That's not what this video is about. But all of that is just to say, it's possible to make a decent mic sound great. So how does the voice clone work? Basically, you're going to record yourself talking. Now, here's another downside, just in full transparency. To create your voice clone, you're going to need to pay for an 11labs plan. So the cheapest one, and the one I personally have, is the $22 a month one. So out of that money I made passively, I really only made about $600 of it if you're taking into account the subscription fee for the year, but it's still completely passive, so I'm not going to complain. I probably should mention this video is not sponsored, okay? So don't be in my comments like, oh, this guy is a sellout. But basically, you're going to record yourself talking, and here is where I slightly messed up, and I think I could have made way more money. So this is my voice right here. So 11labs says you should at least use 30 minutes of a good recording audio, but right here they say the ideal duration is more than 2 hours, which means up to 2 hours of a good recording of your voice. But as you can see here, my samples were like 615 seconds, which is about 6 minutes. And this is just because I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning and I didn't realize the money that I could get from this. So what you should do, instead of doing like a 2-hour long recording session, what you should do is like every day for a week or something, read a book that's in your house or some long essay that ChatGPT writes and just record it so you'll have over 30 minutes of good quality audio. Now, mine is only 615 seconds, like I said. Now, I probably could delete my voice and redo it or contact the 11labs support, but I already have all these people who have used my voice and my voice is in their library saved. And so I don't really want to go through the hassle of deleting myself from the library, having to reset my whole thing. So you guys can use my voice if you want on 11labs, and that would be sick. Like, I could sit here and tell you guys to do that because that would give me money. But to be honest with you guys, you can test it out. The quality of it is just not that good. Still good enough for like 590 people in the world to use it, but it doesn't really fully sound like me, and I have a pretty professional audio system. But yeah, the more audio samples you give them, the better your voice clone is going to be. So moral of the story, guys, don't be like me. Record way more than 6 minutes, please. And that's pretty much why, although I have a great audio setup, my clone just doesn't sound the best. Like, this is what it sounds like.
If you're watching this video, you are a goofball.
I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not the best. If I didn't make that mistake, it could be much better. More people would be using it, potentially generating me even more money, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so once you generate your voice clone, you assign it some tags depending on what your voice sounds like. For me, I put deep and crisp voice, but it is different for everybody depending on what your voice sounds like, obviously. So if you have any good parts about your voice, play to your strengths. There'll be tags like friendly, young, American male, clear. Those are some of the tags that I use. You can choose to do like a voice for like YouTube or narration, and then you're gonna crank up what you charge people to the highest amount possible. So as long as your voice quality is good, you can charge about 20 cents for 1,000 credits. That's good. People use that. You aren't losing money and undercutting yourself. And then boom, you'll just have to link your bank account through Stripe, and you'll start getting payouts every month. Once your voice starts generating revenue and people do start using it, sometimes it can take a little bit. As you can see, the first month for me, it was kind of like $10, $20. Then I had a crazy month where I made almost $170. Actually, that was like in 1 week. So depending if somebody's using your audio to generate a whole lot of content. So there you go. It's literally a 30-minute setup and you'll be generating money passively whenever people use your voice. So I hope that I reached a few people who had never heard of this tool before or didn't know you could do this. Maybe you guys will be able to clone your voice and make some extra bucks every month like I do. Stay tuned and locked in. I'll have the analyzing short video coming out in a few days, early on next week probably. And I just got more banger videos on the way, man. So if you guys found this video valuable, if you guys found what I do to be valuable, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, man. And peace out, guys.